Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Tea time here. Can't beat a cup of tea. Now, as you will know or not know, you should because there will be a quiz about this one day. Not been feeling the best. Glad to say that has passed. I've left despondency behind, or has despondency left me? Don't know if I feel happy about that happening, but it has happened, and I'm feeling better. And it does happen. Like I said to you before, you will all find moments I don't have to tell you. You're not just not going to feel good about it. Anything just goes. No way of getting it back. Thank God for modern pharmaceuticals, I say. No, it's not that. They work, but they don't work like that. Proof you can have bad times even when you're taking handfuls of things, which I'm not, and nor do I recommend it. Stick to your prescription. Now, my reason for interrupting your lives today is to speak about being nocturnal, which I am. I always have been. From when I was very small, I took great joy in finding any reason. Now, children do in general want to find reasons to stay up, but I was particularly loving of this activity, staying up late, wanting to outdo the adults, which I could, and I probably knew I could. One occasion sticks in my mind. When I was probably 6, my father, we were stuck having to use Shanksmere. Shanksmere, again, for people not from Ireland or Britain, is hitching a lift. This was about 12:30 or 1 o'clock at night. I don't know, we'd been to cinema or God knows. And, we were stuck. He was worried. I loved it. This is great. This is an adventure. Some kind soul did pass and drove us out home. And I can remember with great pride telling my friends about this, probably boring them to death with it for the following year. I'd been up till 25 to 2 in the morning. Of course, my grandparents were. This was in the day when there was no form of communication. It was a great word. Nobody could get hold of you. You could live free of anybody being able to ring you, being able to get you on social media, anything. So we came in the door. I had a big smile on my face. My grandparents went nuts. It was fine. We didn't have to listen to any of it. I got all the hugs. You okay? You okay? And yeah, it turns out I was. So this hero's welcome gave me an even more increased appetite for staying up late, which I've practiced. I've adhered to this particular church all my life. But it can pose problems for other people, rightly so. Um, my ex uh, took umbrage to this, and I can just say that I was terrible, absolutely terrible. I'd stay up, doing inane things like watching this, but with absolutely nothing productive. Now, a couple of years ago, I said that I've had enough of television, which I had. I would watch television for television in the Olympics. I would have been a contender, possible medal. Yeah. I said, it's not doing anything. Now I watch everything on the computer, which is better because I can watch more of what I want. But I will have to get around to tightening how I use my computer, when I use it. Because I've got stacks of books. I do. I have lots of books, and they sit there and give me accusing looks every time I walk by them, saying, "Why aren't you reading us?" The best I can do is I'm busy. I know they have plans to take revenge on my computer one of these days, so I know they move closer. It's not just in my head. Anyway, back to being nocturnal. Nocturnal has a lot to do with my school days, especially secondary school. The mornings were awful for me. If some of you can relate to anything I'm saying, please let me know. And please also hit the bell and subscribe, okay? Like I said, there will be a quiz one day. And I'll be saying, where were you? Were you late? Yes, you were, okay. So mornings at school would be, I said, horrendous. Just I'm tired all the time. Not because I was staying up late, just because it was an awful time of day for me to do anything. Now, what I've learned over years, it's called morning fog now. Somebody thought of a tide for it. For me, it was just I'm on to sleep. I've discovered my rhythm is I could get up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. No, I don't. I might be awake at that time in the morning, but it's not because of choice. And then up till about 8 o'clock, I'm okay. I could get things done. But once I hit about 8:30, you're getting towards 9, and the will to live. No, don't mean it that way. Is you're thinking, God, how do I stop myself from doing this? And you're thinking, I'm not tired. I know I'm not. But then that used to happen at school, and up till about midday. Yeah, our lunchtime was 20 to 1. That class from midday to 20 to 1, I'd be more or less there. The afternoon, I'd be fine. So this led me to think, when am I actually best? So it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I thought, I'm not getting up to do things at that time in the morning just because I feel okay. But it was that. Had I been able to, do schoolwork from 12 to 6, I said, I've been fine. I would no doubt have, passed more than 3 subjects in my leaving cert. Leaving cert is your final exams in secondary school in Ireland. I passed 3. There you go. But that's another story. So I thought, well, when am I best for me now? So I've looked at this over the years, and I've come to the chunks of time where I'm best now. The 4 to 8 slot, I thought, let's not make this the preference, shall we? That one from 9 till 12 already, it's a goner. So I found I'm best from 12 till about 7 in the evening. That's it. Because being me, once you get to about 6:30, you're thinking, especially the weekend, it's probably time for a beer somewhere in the world. Let's join them. So then you have a beer and other thoughts come into your head. And you think, well, what do I do about this? You go with it and you have a beer and you do that. And again, that's a discussion for another day. Yeah, the use of stimulants in people's lives who have EUPD, which I promise I will talk about one of these days very soon. I'll look at some of the alphabet soup of conditions out there that affect us and people who knows. So, nightlife, great. I don't know how to describe it. I love being nocturnal. I don't do an awful lot being, and I just love the state of being nocturnal. It's very difficult to know why. Like I said before, I know very little about my mother. Now, I've had little snippets from my half brother. That she was also nocturnal. Now that can mean a lot, it can mean very little. In my own family, sleep is very important. And I've also inherited that. I would sleep. Last week, night last week, has been marked by a large amount of sleep. Not for any particular reason other than I can. Don't judge me on it. It's just the way it's happening for me at the moment. And then you'd have to say, examine yourself and say, why be nocturnal? Well, I've done a lot of jobs where I've worked at those times, especially in the catering trade, hospitality. And your days might start, you know, in the good old days of the English pub. Your days might start 9:30, doing a few things, getting the bar ready, and then 11 you opened. There's a break in the afternoon, and you go on to, by the time you kicked everyone out, 11:30 that way. Then you'd sit down, you have a chat, was 1 o'clock by the time you were getting to bed. I worked in places where it was later than that. So it suited my character. And I felt my character was very much suited to it. But I've also done the job that started early. My father was a milkman, did a milk round around various parts of the greater Tralee area. And they started at 3:30. Had to get things loaded, get going for 4. And 12:30 we'd finish. I'd be at friends' houses at 4 in the afternoon and gone. But I didn't want to sleep too early because I knew if I slept too early, I'd be awake even earlier. And this is a conundrum. I think, how do I handle this? But I did. I survived. Getting up early is not a killer. So I don't know why being nocturnal. I think it's just your makeup. I think it's one of the things that's never looked at when it comes to judging how people work. Now, many companies say, have flexi hours. That's wonderful. It's a godsend for anybody who, somebody who's effective from that ungodly hour of the morning, 4 o'clock, and they can be out the gap by 12, which is fine. But if you're one of those poor souls who's nocturnal, what do you do? Go into work at 6? Go in at 12? But if you have the choice, it's better. But then it's down to good managers will look at the people they have and they'll find out when they're most effective. Now, if you're in a mode of work where it's production, you don't have a lot of choice. If you're doing shift work, you can be catered for more easily. So it's important to have, if manager is a mature person, you have that discussion with the person. Whatever you're doing, saying, look, I don't think I'm most effective then. I cut my day, can I do a bit there? And a bit there, we'll say. Now, there's a lot of discussion around, a 4-day a week or 3.5-day a week, or, have a flexible week, stay at home week, stay at home forever. that can end badly. Yes, we'd like you to stay at home forever. But no, generally, the workplace is a much better place than it was. So, incorporating people who are nocturnal is a bit easier. So if you're not diurnal, day person, you can be a matutinal person. So you're a morning person, you like to work early in the day. For some people, it's very important. They need to structure their lives that way, so they're matutinal. Then there are people who are diurnal, and there are those who are nocturnal. And it's important to recognize what each person is, I think. especially when it comes to conditions. Somebody's mental makeup. It might be easier if they're seen at a certain time of the day. Like if you're matutinal, you're in there first thing in the morning, the state of the light maybe just makes you more responsive. If you're matutinal, if you're diurnal, you're there, you've eaten, so you come in the afternoon, you're feeling a little bit better. Then you may be able to speak more easily with someone. You may be able to make more sense of your day. Some people can't. But it's putting themselves in the right conditions makes it important. And then the nocturnal people, I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how I'd react. But as late as possible, some people do. I know of therapists who do. We do see people quite late. If somebody's getting close to their ideal set of circumstances. Now I said for work. Whether if I'm writing, if I'm doing anything, 12 to 6, 7, I'm fine. But then the mental state continues late at night. It's not particularly doing anything. It might involve doing things, but it's how I feel. It's where I feel most comfortable by far. Once the sun starts to go down, it's a bit of a stretch in the evening. You know what's coming, and you rest. You sit in. It's like sitting in to a warm bath. You just go, oh, that's wonderful. And you feel peace, some peace. That's very important. What I'm trying to say really is that finding that time of the day when you relax, when you can feel without doing too much, you just sit down and you go. Now, if you're doing it early in the day and it relaxes you for the day to come, that's great. If you're doing it in the 12, 1 o'clock that way in the afternoon, relax you so you can put to bed what's already happened in the day. It may be a bit foggy, but then you're looking forward to what's to come. Yeah, just getting through the next 4 hours or so, and then you can, that's lovely. Then you can go home, and you might have a hobby, and you get into that. So, it's important that people recognize how they fit into the 24 hours of, each day. It's because we can then relate to other people how we feel, what we feel, when we feel it. And it gives that person a much better idea of us. They need to hear as much information as possible. Because it's not to make a judgment, it's not to see you in any different light. It's to be able to say to you, oh, keep going, tell me more. And then the more information you can mine from somebody, the easier it is to look at it and go, okay, well, I can see, I can see patterns, I can see types of behavior. And it makes it very easy, and it becomes all too apparent that there is something not right. I'm beginning to see more. But that'll only happen if you're more relaxed. It's your space, it's your time. It doesn't involve anybody else except that other person. If all you want to do is talk, you tell them, I want to talk. And again, as I said before, you say, I'm not happy with this. I'm going to find someone else. That's fine. If that person is professional, they'll say, that's fine. Not every shoe fits. Of course, not every shoe fits. Cotton pal, you're better than this. Not every glove fits. I don't know. What happened to all the other gloves? All those people in the 80s and 90s that wore one glove. What happened to the other glove? There we go. Then what is slightly covered? Am I useless at other times? I'm not. I'm just not very happy with it. There you go. That's what I'd say about other times of the day. Even today, I slept a lot yesterday. I got up very early or very late. It was dark. Now, I'm trying to get things together. I really am. And, you know, thinking about this and that, thinking about people. A nice person, in fact. And that's a nice thing to have in your mind when you're thinking of somebody nice. Very nice. To all of you, I'd say, have somebody nice in your head. Have something nice. And I mean nice to think about. Something nice, something pleasant. Something that makes you to jump for joy. Not dance. Don't ever dance. Don't ever burst into song, or I will never have you on my channel. Ever. Musicals. You can tell I'm starting to feel better now, because I'm telling you all the things I don't really like. I have been watching many films in my time, enjoying them, and then all of a sudden, the person bursts into song. Not spontaneous combustion, song. So that's the end of the film. One person got on to me when La La Land came out and said, "You must watch it. It's wonderful." I says, "Really? What's it about?" "Oh, it's a musical." It just lost me there. Everything became blurry and I started to fight for breath. I didn't actually chance of being finally. Anyway, that thing I'd want to cover is, am I more creative at night? And I would most definitely say yes. Now, I sometimes perhaps don't do an awful lot about it, but I do get the best ideas for, a play, a short story. And I keep all of these on, well, they're on a legion of bits of paper. That's an example. Chocolate. Uh, there's scraps of paper everywhere, and I've got a legion of notebooks. But a piece of paper. If the story of my life is ever made, he searched for desperately for that scrap of paper as the idea had come to him at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you get the idea. So yeah, yes is the answer. I am more creative. I'm sure many of you are more creative at night. Those who aren't, for want of repeating it, nocturnal. Everybody will have their time. They will have their time that in when they just need to write something down, or solving that physics equation that's been bugging you. I often get that, but I keep it to myself. And in answer to a question I was asked, not asked, was posed. Was I good at English in secondary school? I wasn't. I certainly was not. Whatever I've learned, a lot of it was learned in primary school. I would always make reference to my primary school. Grade school. Great environment for learning, and that was fostered. But no, what I learned about English, the English language, came after secondary school. So, and I do read books. Um, so yeah, maybe it's that. Could be television as well. Watching Pride and Prejudice, which I've had to watch a lot more times than any man should. There you go. Yeah, how's being nocturnal better? I said it was last penultimate. This is the ultimate. I don't think it is. It's better for me. And I'm happy going till, I'd have to rein in the horses a bit now. And say that, maybe take the midnight and go to bed and read a book for half an hour. And, I don't know what to do. Read, one of these vapid alleged autobiographies that are churned out for the pulp now. Maybe read one of those, the same passage every night. That might work. But no, I know, I'm a mere youngster at the moment, but once I get older, I know that, life will make me go to bed earlier and then wake me up at 2:30 in the morning until I go to sleep again, 10 o'clock that night. There's that to look forward to, I suppose. But for now, all I would say is that I'm feeling better. And um, it won't always be this way. And it won't always be the way it was. The balance may change, may swing in my favour a little bit more. But it's all part of me. It's all part of you. And for those who do take the time to watch, I'd just like to say thank you very much. It is appreciated very much. Like I said, one person in particular, for what it's worth. Thank you. And, I will be fine. I know I will. I can't say other than that, but thank you for taking the time. It's appreciated. Subscribe, right? I'll send the lads round. No, I won't. Could be poison in your tea. No, there isn't. There isn't. Look, 1,000 times thank you. And look, be good, be safe, be well. And may your God or your goddess, if you should have one, go with you. And I will speak to you on Sunday. No, I've gotten my rhythm back. Okay? Be good and thank you.